Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a green smoky look, and here are some of the pictures that I took at the end of finishing the video. And so here we go. Using the new Wanderlust Profusion palette. It's a nice colorful palette. First taking the brown, the lightest brown in the palette, and using that to start building up my transition color. Using the lightest one will help me blend out the much darker colors that are to come. I had already previously done my brows. Maybe that'll be my next video on how I do my brows. And I already had used concealer to set them, and the cream shadow in there to also help me prep the eye before using the eyeshadows. Then I'm starting to take the darkest brown color and slowly building that up, first depositing it at the outer corner and slowly working my way inward, building that color up. And I'm taking a Morphe brush to do that. I will link everything down below with all the brushes that I used. Then I took a clean brush with the tiniest bit of the lightest brown color we first applied and used that to kind of clean up. And then I'm doing whatever I did to one side, I'm doing it to the other side. So I'm taking that darkest brown again and using that to build up at the outer corner. And then again taking that other clean brush and using the tiniest bit of that light brown to again help that gradient effect happen with the eyeshadows, so you don't see where one begins and one ends, and they all just blend seamless together. And that's what really blending it, that's what takes the longest. It's adding, then blending, and then adding more and blending, and just keep building the color up. Now I'm taking a dark green from the palette and applying that. Then I decided, I was like, okay, let me do a half cut crease, and I'm taking an Essence of Beauty angled liner brush with some of the concealer that I used to prep my brows, my eyelids, and I'm using that to kind of cut the crease. And then I took the lightest green in the palette, lightest green shimmery shade. It's really pretty in person, and I'm using that as well in the inner corner, the inner third of the eye. And then I took a small detailed brush to add a little bit more of dark brown in that cut crease, just to give it a more contrast. And then I took a Morphe small blending brush and blended that out as well, and added a tiny bit more of the darkest brown just to give it more depth. And again, blending. And when you think you're done blending, blend some more. And then I decided to use my finger to apply some of the shadows to see if that changed any of the vibrancy of it, which it did. It did help as well, using your finger to apply it. And so I did it. Both shadows used my finger to apply. And then I took another angle brush, and I started to add a dark green as my eyeliner. And I think the dark green was from the Emily Noel Wants palette, because that's the darkest green that I had on my desk at the time. And then I'm taking my favorite BlackTrack fluid line to tightline the upper lash line to really give myself a really nice thick lash line. It's one of my favorite liners, one of my holy grail liners that I literally can't live without. It's really awesome because it doesn't transfer onto the bottom lash line, and it stays really nice and dark in the lash line. And then I'm taking my eyelash curler, my Shiseido eyelash curler. Then I'm using my Lancôme Monsieur Big mascara that I love for my tiny wimpy lashes. And then I decided to add that beautiful false lash look. And I took one of my current favorites, which is the Ardell 231 lashes. Then I'm taking my Smashbox primer and applying that. That's another like oldie but goodie. And then that feeling you get when you forgot to dampen your sponge and you have to get up to wet it. And I'm back using my current favorite foundation of the moment, that new L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation. I'm taking my Eco Tools BB cream brush to apply it. It's a really awesome brush. I like the way it disperses my product, but then I always like to go back in with my beauty blender to really, you know, blend it into the skin, really work it into the skin. But yeah. And then there I go using this one's the Real Techniques Diamond Beauty Blender. And then I'm like trying to figure out where the color is, and it was on the top of the cap, like Mensa. I forgot. So I'm using that as well. That's a really awesome concealer. And there my babies are playing in the background. That's why I decided to do a voiceover, because there was no way I was going to be able to talk through while my kids are screaming in the background. So yeah, I really love this beauty blender too, because it has that really pointy end and I can really get all in there in my under eye and blend it out. But babies in the background, they're so cute. They drive me crazy, but I love them. I love them so much. Then I'm taking my Wet n Wild contour, cream contour. I really love this stuff. It's really beautiful. I really recommend it for light to medium skin tones. And I'm using that to contour my face, and using a Real Techniques brush to do so. I love that. And then again, taking my beauty blender to really further work that into the skin. But yeah, I love that. Highly recommend. And again, working it into my skin. And then I'm going to take my Smashbox. I guess it cut off the little piece where I showed the product, but FYI, I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. I had so many transitions and everything, but I don't know what's going on, but I really want to get this video out there, so yeah. But I'm taking one of my favorite Ulta brushes. I love that it's cut at an angle, so I'm really able to press the product in. Then I'm taking my Wet n Wild bronzer from one of the limited edition collections. I think the Dragon collection. And I'm using that to set my contour. Cream contour. And then I'm taking my blush. I took an Essence of Beauty Coral blush, and I think it went well with this look. And I'm using one of my TJ Maxx or Marshall's brushes from I think the line is called Kinsey. And then I went back and I took a Wet n Wild blush from the Hummingbird collection. And that blush is also corally, but it has like a glow to it. It's really gorgeous. And I'm using that as well to blend into that Essence of Beauty blush. And then I'm taking Hustle Baby by Fenty Beauty, Rihanna. And I'm using that. Oh yeah, feeling myself right there. Nice glow. And then I'm searching for I wanted to really give myself a really nice chiseled look. So I'm using that to kind of bake underneath my contour and blush. I really love that stuff. This has kind of turned into a Wet n Wild. I have so many Wet n Wild favorites. But yeah, I was so proud of myself because I was hitting pan. Now I'm taking a CoverGirl green liner and working that into my lower lash line / waterline as well. And then I'm going back into the eyeshadow palette and using the light brown color to kind of set that first before I start using the green colors to also put on my lower lash line. And I'm taking a detail brush from Equal Tools to do that. And then I go back and I add some mascara. I love the Wet n Wild Skinny Mascara. It works so good from my bottom lash line. And really on the top as well, but I also love it. And then I'm gonna put some of the more iridescent color from the palette into my inner corner. Now I'm cleaning up my baking underneath. I'm taking a stippling brush and just really making sure that everything blends really well. I'm taking my Rimmel lipstick. It's a really pretty corally nude color. I'm lining my lips first with an NYX lip pencil and then using that Rimmel lipstick color. Like I said before, I'll have all of those items linked down below if you really enjoy them. And then I'm going back and assessing the situation, and I felt like I needed a little more blush because sometimes adding your lipstick will do that to you. Then setting it with the Urban Decay mist. So yeah, and that's my final look. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did for more videos.